Yo guys, welcome back on the channel. This is Norma and I'm going to show you exactly how you can upload your tracks on BeatStars the perfect way. Usually I'm working with my collective, my crew account, but today I'm going to make that on my personal account. So if you want to reach me on Instagram or check my BeatStars account to link and collab with me, just check the links in the description and let's go. Back in the screen, so obviously you are on beatstars.com and you have to go to tracks. So there's two ways to upload tracks. You can directly create a new track right there with the add track button and upload through the new drag and drop items that you can see on the page, or you can go into file storage and select everything you want and just put everything in there. On my side, what I do when I'm creating a track, now it's very efficient. I directly go into the track and click on add track right there. If you haven't yet, just know that you can set up some preferences. So we have like default values for all the metadata, title, description, etc. If you're like me or my team, doing that will help you to save a lot of time. So if you are uploading same track, same style every time, just think to set some preferences. So now you arrive on this panel where you have some drag and drop feature here. Thanks BeatStars for doing so. This is very, very efficient. We are going to view all the tabs here, so it will be very clear. On this first tab, it's going to be very simple. It's the file, right? So the wave, the MP3, the stems, and the image that is right there, the title, description, the release date, and the type of the track. So let's get back to the beginning. So what is cool with this new version of Studio is that you can upload everything at the same time. And this is what I'm going to do, so we'll be able to see that. So this is all my elements. I've got the image for the thumbnail. This is mandatory. This is a very good element to, fit your branding and your design, and as well to get people's eye on your track. Then you're gonna need a tagged MP3 file. This is for the, the custom track that is going to play when somebody is previewing your track. You're also going to need an untagged wave. Quick word on this one. I am personally not tagging my wave file because as this is a license I'm selling that is more expensive than the basic MP3, I like to have this argument to upsell something. So for example, if an artist doesn't have that much money, he can still have the basic MP3 with the tag in it that is cheaper. And if he got a little bit more money to put in the track, he can afford himself or herself to buy the WAV file, which is untagged. And last element, the zip file, which is the stems of the track out, call it the way you want, but this is a zip file that contains all the tracks related to your track. So one separate track for the bass, one separate track for the guitar, one separate track for the piano, one separate track for the kick, one other for the snare, and so on and so on. You got it. So now that we have said all the elements that we need, let's check how you can put them. So the untagged track here, the first box, is going to be your WAV file. It says that you can put an MP3 files, but seriously, we're in 2024. You need to have your expectations all set in terms of quality of your track, so don't have, an MP3 as untagged track. I really recommend to have the WAV file untagged right there. So let's put that in. I'm going to drag and drop that one, and the uploading process is starting. Then there is an optional tag track. So this is not mandatory, but I recommend to have your personal MP3 being put in that area. Why? Just because it's always better to have your own MP3 being placed at a specific moment of the track, whether that having a generic one being, like repeated like too much times, or, falling at some points where there is a drop, for example. So I really recommend you to have the track placed the way you want, and it's more custom and it's more quality. If, for example, you don't have any tags and you don't know how to do it, there is some services for doing so. I recommend you reaching out to Ellipse Music because she's doing very great tags. And there is still the stems that needs to be uploaded. So I'm going to take this zip file, which is the stems, and put that in that place. So this was mentioning that this is optional. It's because it depends on if you want to have some license that get the stems, etc. So if you don't have any license that sell the stems, you don't have to put some stems. That's just logic. But very important, try to cover all the possible licenses that you can, because you need to be able to reach every needs of every artist. There is some artists that just want to buy only stems. There is some artists that just want to buy the wave, etc, etc. So this is very important that you try to have everything. Don't worry about the licenses. I'm gonna rec soon a dedicated video on that subject because it's very important. There is so much people beatmaker, producer, artists, managers that just don't understand the licenses that exist. So I'm going to make something about that. Once this is still uploading, because I've got a low connection today, we can actually just fill the different elements. So I'm gonna start by the title, and I've got a template done because this is a live type beat. This is my type beat of the moment. And there is a placeholder here that I'm going to replace, and the track is called Demons, right? So perfect, this is my title, this is the way I'm writing the titles. Then I'm going to switch my fucking face right there and edit artwork and upload the file I was just showing right here and save. So I recommend to have already the files at the good shape, so the good MP3, the good wave, the good zip, and the good image for that. But if you're unhappy with what you have or you need to resize something, you can play with the cropping that BeatStars was mentioning. For your knowledge, just know that you can also create something directly in Canva if you don't have any thumbnail on your side. So for the description, it says that this is optional. I think personally that the algorithm of BeatStars is not checking that much this part, but just know that you can be creative in that section. First, you can write the exact description of the track. For example, saying live type beat with ambient and cloud vibes or something like that. What you can do as well is actually mentioning what you can offer. It's the Black Friday, the Cyber Week season, so you can actually just put the discounts you're offering right there, the bundles you're offering. For example, buy one get 9 free, which is what I'm doing. Or you can mention the discount code, or you can as well say some stuff like if you need somebody to mix or master your track, I'm the guy. You know, be creative in that section. You can reach some people that way. I'm gonna go with the basic description like live type beat with cloud and ambient vibes, for example. Let's continue with the track type, the visibility, and the release date. So for that part, you have two solutions. Maybe you're the kind of the guy that like to do all days the same thing. For example, every day you're going to create loops, create beats, mix, master, export, and upload and release. Every day the same. Or maybe you want, for example, like me, on the Sunday you do all the uploads for all the week. So I think this is better, so you can have each day working on a specific tasks. So every day I'm not the same, and I think this is important in the day-to-day life of a producer, and this is why I'm going to release this track in the future. Usually I would have made, like, for example, like on Monday or something, but for today and this example I'm going to do that on the Sunday at 11 p.m, which is that hour in France, and this is okay, right? You can tick or untick this box if you want to include or not in the bulk discounts you are selling. Once this is done, you can go on the next page where you're going to have the main job being done right there, and especially on the tags right there. So my best advice on this section is to put some tags that you have as well put in the title. This is very important because I'm going to make a video on that subject later. But if, for example, on BeatStars you search for like a juice word type beat, there is a high percentage of chance that you will fall on a juice word type beat that have the keyword juice word in the title. Check that and you will see that what I'm saying is actually the exact truth. So this is why I'm going to put live type beats and trap, right? So live type beats and trap. And if you check, this is exactly what I've put in my title: live type beats and trap. Okay, let's get back into the metadata. Now there is the genre. So know that you can put up to 3 genres. So in that case, it's going to be cloud rap, it's going to be trap as well, and most generic one, hip hop. This track is in A minor. The BPM is 92. All of this, it's very important that you put all the different references, descriptions, elements right there. To me, it's mandatory because this is exactly how you can give instructions to people that are actually searching for your beats. For example, there is some people that already try to top line when seeing your beats live. So it's important to have the BPM and the keys just in case that they have, for example, a live auto-tune on their side. Good. There is the moods as well. You can put up to 5. So for live, I'm going to put sad, depressed, dark, bouncy, because there is so much people searching for that. People, you know, like to have the grooves, the rhythm. So bouncy is always something that is searched. And we can try a last one. Maybe we can try with disappointed, because it's always the mood that life is making me feel. So let's get that way. Instrument, In my opinion, this is optional. You are not forced to fill this information, but in my opinion, fill everything. So there is some piano, there is some drums, so it's percussion right there, and this is okay. Once this is done, next we are going to be on the page of the collaborators. If you don't have any collaborators, you can switch this part, but if you have one, which is my case, add collaborator, you write the name of the guy, which is in my case My Jam Beats, very good guy. He is a producer, and you can equally split and share the percentages, so 50, 50, and just a quick note on that, you can have different kind of collaboration. Mostly, I think most of the time is going to be producer, but this can be like if you're working with a songwriter or a record label or with a manager, you can, you know, imagine what you want. In my case, producer. Once this is done, we are on the last steps of the upload process. It's just a step that summarize all the licenses that are appended to your track. So in my case, I'm going to put everything, just as always. So the basic MP3, which is tagged, the premium wave, which is untagged, and the other license I have that are different prices. The exclusive one, just one little information, it's set as make offer only. Once again, I'm going to make a dedicated video on licenses, but it just indicates people that they can make an offer for this license and they cannot buy it directly. There is not a fixed price for it. So if, for example, he's making an offer of 800, I'm going to receive a notification for a negotiation, and I will be able to negotiate with him. And one license for the basic free download if you have enabled it. And that's it. There is a content ID and more if you are, you know, using it on BeatStars. I personally don't yet, so I'm not going to go that much into the details of that section. But once this is done, you can just check once again that everything is correct, which is the case right there. Release date, metadata, collaborator, everything is fine. So I can just, you know, publish the track and this is going to be released. This is the confirmation that this has been released. For example, if you are searching for the pro page shortcut links, this is where it's displayed. So you can copy that and, for example, put that in your YouTube description if you make some YouTube type beats as well. And this is it. There is everything in there. Marketplace URL, pro page URL, the title, etc, etc. So now the track is there, set as future release. There is the MP3, which is not green, it's just a little bug. I'm going to refresh the page and I think it's going to show up as green. Yes, so now this is fully done. We can just preview the track. Okay, so everything apparently is working fine, and this is how you upload the beat completely and perfectly on BeatStars, in my own opinion. Once again, this is my advice, this is my point of view. You are not forced to do that, but I think this is the best way to upload tracks on BeatStars. Hope you liked this video, hope it was useful for you. Please subscribe to the channel, make some comments, share this with your friends, and I would love to have your feedback on that. And let's continue. Soon I will upload a beat with how to make some specific type beats, maybe in the style of Life or maybe in the style of Juice WRLD or something like that. And yeah, stay tuned and see you soon. Bye.